Hi everyone, this is Francisco. Just right here in my bedroom. Um, so so I was telling I was telling like my family members that it would be great if these tickets from the lottery um these lottery tickets. I told them that it would be great if somehow, because I got one. Okay, I lost. This ticket lost, and this ticket is the same ticket. Oh, actually, it's not. This is a different ticket. Um, so this ticket lost, unfortunately. However, I want to buy a ticket for every draw up to a month, but without having to go to the store. So it's like, how can I subscribe to something like that? How can I sign up? Even if I have to pay in advance. Okay? So paying in advance will guarantee me getting a ticket, right? But that's impossible right now for people to do that because um, they only sell a ticket for that draw, you know, per draw. I'm sorry, like, well, I don't know. You people can buy multiple tickets, but not 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 oh shit, not for the whole months draws. Okay, so having a system like that would be great because I was thinking about buying a ticket for every single draw because right now they're $2 a ticket, and I think they have 3 or 4 draws per week. I think it's just 3. So I figured, 3 times 2 is 6 every week. $6 times 4 for a month, up to a month. That's 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So technically, I would just spend $24 on lottery tickets per month. And right now, this thing is at its highest peak. California lottery. Sign in. Let's type in draw Powerball. This is the one I have, and look it's at $1.55 billion. So it's already even reaching the 2 billion mark. So mine is the 1207 right there. 1207 for the draw number. It says 001207. So that's this draw. So as you guys can see, I lost. The Powerball was at 4 on my ticket, but on the actual draw it was 19. And I don't think none of my numbers matched. Yeah, none of my numbers. I had a 7, an 18, a 25, a 26, and a 29. Okay, so it's like like personally, I paid with cash, so I asked for my receipts. Okay, because I don't have any connection with cash and my tickets, and I was thinking it would be better if I asked for a receipt. That way I can attach it to my ticket, like, because when we pay digitally, it connects it to our account, and the banks and other companies know, like the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, all these people, the United States of America, the United States Treasury, the Education Board and all that. Like, they know when someone buys something with a card, I think these numbers and everything gets attached to a bank transaction. So anyways, I just got the receipt for extra security, so that way no one will say, oh, that ticket didn't belong to Francisco, it belonged to me, but I have proof. And not just this, but I have proof because the cameras in the restaurants, or in the donut shop, I meant to say, in the donut shop they have cameras, so they can link the time and day. It has the date, the time when I was there. Quantity 1. C1 means for quantity 1. Lotto. And right here it says 2, but over here it says quantity 1. C1 1. Okay? That stands for quantity. The quantity of items that I purchased for, like, with this ticket, or this receipt, this one transaction, and it's just one. So obviously one of these costs $2. Okay, now I was thinking about trying my luck out, but just with one ticket per draw, not spending a bunch of money on one draw. And if someone wins it, it's like whatever. I'm not really worried about it. But I want to gamble, but like on a budget. Like within my own budget. Like $26 a month, that's not that bad. Okay? And I think everyone in the world could afford something like this. So, like, if you guys out there somehow create these things so people can purchase them in advance, then that would be great. And then obviously you guys will write down disclaimers, like the lottery amount can change and vary, depending. There's a lot of factors to consider, basically and technically. So like if someone, for instance, wins this lottery for the 1.55 billion. Um, so so I mean, I don't even know if that's how you say it. I know it's 1,055,000,000, right? Um, yeah, yeah. So, anyways, that's what I meant to say. That number. Um, so, for instance, let's say someone won that ticket, that draw. That someone got lucky and they hit it big, right? So that would mean that this system would reset itself, and it would provide different results with the different winning amounts. But even so, those new draws, those new numbers will be applied to the upcoming weekly draws, or yeah, the draws that are coming up, whether or not it's a huge amount or not. Okay, so if someone were to purchase tickets for up to a month, and in the beginning of the month someone wins, like say this one or whatever, or for every draw someone wins, and then the system resets itself, and um like it provides different results. So that would be the disclaimer, because someone can say, "Oh, no, 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 no! I just wanted to put money towards the the weekly draw, or the draw that was coming up," but that won't be the case, because the users would specify that in advance, like while they're either purchasing the ticket or filling out a lottery form. Okay, so if regularly people would just purchase and spend the money for the upcoming draw, but the way I'm describing it will be that plus purchasing more tickets for the upcoming draws, and then specifying how many and how much money. Or maybe some of you can say, okay, I want to get lottery tickets, but for next month, um, the week of, or the draw of, like let's say Wednesday. So it will be like, like maybe the users will be able to select a calendar day, pretty much like a regular calendar. So the system will provide a calendar like this, and I think it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it will show the upcoming draw, and then it will also highlight the future upcoming draws as well. And a user will be able to spend money on the upcoming draw like it is right now, or they'll be able to add more money towards other draws. And then it doesn't really have to have a limit. It can actually have up to a certain amount of time, or without limits. Okay, so someone could say, okay, I want to get a ticket for for the whole year for every single draw. So that would be, you know, 3 draws per week. Yeah, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4 is 12. There's 12 months out of the year, so 12 times 12 is 144. $144. And then the tick that's just for like times 144. But if the tickets cost $2, then the price will go up to $288. So if someone wanted to do that, they would pay in advance the $288. $288. Yeah. So they would pay $288 in advance for a whole year of draws, as opposed to someone purchasing 100. I meant to say 144 tickets. Instead of that, they will, for the upcoming draw, instead of them doing that, they will like basically stretch it out for up to a year. And I don't know if these tickets cost more over time. Like if the money goes higher, like let's say the Powerball rises to 2.00 billion. Okay, I don't know if the tickets would cost more or not. Because I'm pretty much like a new recruit, a new gambler, you can say. I never really studied this stuff. So it says right here, for just $2, purchase tickets at your local lottery retailer or at your nearest lottery vending machine. Draws are every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 7:59 p.m. Find out where to play here. So you guys pretty much know already the draws. Okay, so the draws again. I said it wrong. I said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I'm wrong. It said it's Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Okay, so pretty much this was the draw for yesterday, and I lost. Okay. But the other thing is that I burned these. Okay, I burn them up. Why? Because I was thinking, what if this store or someone out there decided, hey, let's hack, Francisco's computer and let's fool him and let's tell him that these are the winning ticket numbers right here. But in actuality, what if these were the real winning ticket numbers right here? So just because I'm paranoid of people stealing my money or scamming me, I would prefer to burn them, even if people say that it's not a winner. Okay, because if I can't win, I don't want no one else to win. If I'm going to be a blessing towards people, it's going to be because I'm blessed. That's the only time I'm going to care and give a fuck. I hope you guys understand. Okay, so for that reason, I burn these when I find out that they're not winners. And I bought this one for my dad. I even wrote it down. Powerball for my dad. So I bought this one for my dad right here. Draw number 1205. 001205. Draw number. Monday, October 2nd, 2023. That's the draw. Like, you know, when they're going to be performing the draw. But I took a picture of it and I uploaded it to Instagram so it can have a record. So I can have a record of this ticket in case someone wants to, you know, print out a fake one. Because there's the California lottery ticket form, and people are able to write down their own numbers. So, for instance, let's say that, like this right here, Mega Millions, and they're able to write the numbers down. Like, they're able to, you know, mark them. So I was thinking, well, what if someone is fooling me, but then they go to a store, you know, where they sell these tickets, especially like at you know, like these where, you know, people they're able to run them through the machine and then it prints out the ticket. Well, right here it doesn't show, as far as I know, the time and day. You know, it just says October. It just says the date. So right here it says Monday, October 2nd, 2023. So, like, what if they were to print a new ticket out, and instead of writing down the current date, they write a date from the past. I mean, yeah, something that, so they can make it look like they purchased it in advance. You know, they purchased it before the draw. But what if they're printing it after the draw? You know, and that's where, you know, I get paranoid. Especially, I mean, think about how much money we're talking about. We're talking about $1.55 billion. Okay? And trust me, these people are not playing around when it comes to money. They're doing scandalous shit. These motherfuckers are running into banks, robbing banks. People are, you know, killing people at liquor stores because they want money. People are stealing people's cars. They're robbing people on the streets. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff for under $100,000. Okay? So when we're talking about the Powerball, 1.55 billion, of course I'm paranoid. Of course I'm going to burn this motherfucker down if it's not a winner. You know? Straight the fuck up. I'm not going to just be like, oh, it's not a winner. Let me just throw it away. Because like there's hackers everywhere, and not even the government is on top of everything. Like, I was watching this one movie, and somehow these people stole money from computers, and then they send it to a different country or whatever, and then the IP address was lost or something like that. So they had no way of tracking down that money. At least that's what they said. I don't know if they were involved in some way or in some fashion where they were working together, where all of them eventually lied so they can split the money evenly amongst themselves. But even so, when it comes to money, people will say anything and fool anyone just so they could have the money, right? So that's why I take pictures of my tickets, because it shows the time right here in Instagram. Look, it says 5 days ago, October 2nd, 2023. You see that right there? Look at that date right there. So that's why I like, the internet so much. Even though I lost, it's okay. But at least I know that everyone out there knows that I lost. And if I did win and I am getting scammed, at least everyone out there will know that I'm being scammed and that there's people out there printing out fake tickets. And also, it will reveal, who is for me and or against me. Just with this alone, with this evidence alone. So it says more here, just with the picture, than words can describe. Okay. So that's why I do everything that I do, and it's okay, if but yeah, like I was thinking that it would be nice if people were able to purchase these tickets. um I don't know if they should be purchased electronically, that, or if they should be purchased like with this way that I'm thinking about purchasing them in advance. I don't know if the lottery company should mail these tickets to people, locally, um, and possibly at the gambler's expense. So it will be up to the people. Like, okay, you want to buy a ticket and you want it mailed to your home under your name, every week or every draw, for every draw. Like, that's fine. Your local, um, your local, um, what are they called? The retailers. It says purchase tickets at your local lottery retailer or at your nearest lottery vending machine. So your local retailer, technically, when you purchase one of these, it will, like automatically print it, stamp it, fold it, whatever, for the retailer to drop in the mailbox, or whatever, so it can be mailed directly to your mailbox. But like I said, the gambler would pay for the postage. So there's different ways of going about this for people to get a physical ticket. And I know that some states, but not in California. In some states, but not in California, they allow people to purchase these tickets, online, digitally, which makes it very convenient for people, who don't want to go to the store, or who live far away from a store. Like, for instance, someone who lives off grid. Okay. So someone that lives like away, and maybe they're broke. Maybe they just have access to the computer with Wi-Fi, and they don't have money for a car. They don't have money for gas. They don't have money for cellular network apart from their home Wi-Fi connection. But they want to gamble in the hopes of striking it big, so they can provide, a good life for their family. So that's when this will apply. All of the stuff that I'm talking about. Because I don't know how they do it for other states where people can purchase the tickets digitally. But it still applies in a way. In California, the state of California within the United States of America, is just a state. California is just a state. A section of the United States of America. So if someone out there wants to buy a ticket, they will be able to, online. And but like they will be able to follow the kind of like the stuff that I just explained, where they'll be able to purchase a ticket for every single draw up to a week, or up to a month, or up to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, or every single month for so many months, or even up to a year, that type of thing. So it's all code, it's all digital code that can be implemented and added. It's just like adding an extra feature to a website or something. That's all it really comes down to. So if there is states right now that do allow people within that state to purchase California, or just lottery tickets, because we're not talking about California, but just lottery tickets, if they are allowing people to purchase them online, well, now you guys can think about adding this this feature that I'm talking about, this idea. right? Because now it will apply to them, and you guys, the lottery companies, will be making money in advance, which will raise the stock market for that company. Okay, and you guys will probably most likely get more people involved because instead of people are busy, so and people have tight schedules. They don't have time to go on their cell phones every single moment of their lives. So like if these people are able to purchase the tickets in advance, that would be great. It would be great. And obviously, the California lottery, um, like the lottery companies, they have um, the like they'll let you know if you win. Lucky numbers. Select the game below and put in your numbers to see how often they would have won in past draws. You can compare the results between Powerball, Mega Millions, and Super Lotto Plus. Super Lotto, whatever, plus 2. Type your numbers, time period, check my numbers. I don't know. Well, I don't know where you would go if like like if you won. I thought I was already signed in. Okay, let me type in my winning my winnings. Zero results for your search criteria. Entered above. Well, I technically just want I just want the computer to show me if I have any winning tickets or second chance draws, second chance scratchers, that type of stuff. It's kind of confusing since they don't have that information like clearly on there. So people have to do a lot of investigating to figure things out, which because they're assuming that the users will know or be educated regarding their content, their business, even if they're not. So yeah, anyways, I mean, there's a lot of gambling that people can do. And I was just talking about the Powerball, but there's all of these other ones: Mega Millions, Super Lotto Plus, Fantasy 5, Daily 3, Daily 4, Daily Derby, Hotspots. There's a ton. Okay, so like, oh, it says see all draw games. Maybe this is today's a great day to play. Pick a game, play for millions, draw games. Well, first of all, I don't have any of my tickets connected to my California lottery accounts. Like when I purchased this ticket, it's not connected to this unless possibly if I write down the number, or maybe they don't want all those entries. So that's why they just reveal this. But right now I seen something like that. Oh yeah, lucky numbers. Powerball. And then I can type in my number that way, I guess. 0, 7, 18, 25, 26, 29, 04 for the mega time period. Past 6 months. Check my numbers. After selecting check my numbers, the result for your selected game will be shown below. Lottery winning numbers are selected randomly. The specific odds of winning are provided in the game odds tab on each game page. Please play responsibly. So this was for, these are my numbers. Powerball. Also, it's showing when people in the past got the number 4, and another number within this category of numbers. In this case, I got a 25. So for the last 6 months, really no one has won with these type of numbers. So they're technically doing stuff with AI technology, with or without our knowledge. Now, if these people are using this data to their advantage, and they're having AI technology select numbers based on the highest winning possibilities, then basically they're doing things to their benefits, and they're basically increasing their odds of winning with or without our knowledge. Should that be allowed? Yes or no? I personally think that it shouldn't. In a script like that should technically be banned. Because now, what if the script was written the opposite way? What if these numbers that were selected for me, the company actually chose them not so they could be in my favor of winning, but so that these numbers can, my chances of winning will be decreased. Especially after considering the fact that someone out there could be collecting this data and having, AI technology select random numbers for the highest possible winning probabilities. And if they're able to forecast the weather, can they forecast the winning numbers, the possible winning numbers. I would say that would be impossible, but hey, if they're able to tell us when a freaking hurricane is coming and all these other things, I wouldn't doubt it. So I don't know that I don't know if these people just want everyone broke except themselves. That's really like my arguments and my reason for creating this video. And the reason why I burn my tickets once the computer declares me as a fucking loser and not a winner. You know, when they do the draws and they show those numbers. In this case, I bought the Powerball, and it's obvious right here that they're telling me I'm a loser because my numbers don't match. You know? So, I I don't know if I should trust these people that much, and not just that, but like, what if these people, these companies are, um, cheating in some other way? I don't know. There's just, I mean, there's so much scams going around, so much crap going on, and I mean, to me, it doesn't even make sense how people are able to even win this much money. I mean, right now it's at, well, it said it right here, 1,000,000,055. Also, the fifth point, the point 55 doesn't stand for 55 million. It stands for, well, I don't know, because over here it says prize amounts, Powerball, 5 plus Powerball, winning ticket 0, and it says $1,400,000,000. So when it says 1.55 billion, I was assuming it was 1.55 million, not 1.550 million dollars. So there's a huge difference. And over here they wrote it down as 1,400,000,000. And I thought we were just talking about 1,055,000,000. But that's not the case. So if I'm reading it correctly, based on this information, it would sound more like 1,550,000,000. And if they say I'm not correct, well, they made an error right here. And they never make errors, right? So that would mean that it is, in fact, the 1,550,000,000. Because just recently, I mean, this thing was at 1.4 or 1.3 billion dollars. So um, I mean, it went up really, really fast, rapidly. But anyways, one person won 1,311,695. I wish I was that person. But man, that's a lot of money up here. Whoever wins this, um, honestly, I think that they should be dividing this money a little bit more for more people to win. Because instead of all these people winning so little money, it would be nice if people won more money, and that money was like more evenly distributed to the people. Um, as opposed to just someone winning that high amount. I mean, I guess if they have good intentions and stuff for using that money, then that would be acceptable. But that's not the case. These people don't care who wins. It's whoever gets lucky. You could be, someone. You could be, someone who's completely ignorant and a troublemaker, and someone that just wants to spend their money on something stupid, and the educational system supporting you in that. To me, that sounds like ignorance, complete ignorance. I don't think that that should even be allowed, but I'm not the one with the money. I'm not the one who makes the rules. Um, so it just doesn't make sense to me. That's all. Um, but would I complain if I received that money? Absolutely not. I wouldn't complain, and I even told um, my boss, the guy I'm working with right now, currently helping out as a handyman. I told him if I were to win that money, that I would purchase the 3D printing, 3D printing machines for homes. Yeah, for actually 3D printing homes. So I told him that that's what I would buy. Um, it says house for $10,000. 3D printed homes are the future. YouTube. So I would have to investigate how much these things are worth. Um, home 3D printing machine for sale. A house, 3D house printer. They only cost $12,000 according to this. So that actually costs less than a house in California to buy a 3D printer. According to this, that's that's the that's the case there. You know. Um. So no, cancel. It says your next and innovative manufacturing ecosystem, Burton. 3dprintingindustry.com. Buy a 3D house printer for 12,000. I think that this symbol stands for euros. I'm not sure though. Print a house. How much is this in USD? Let's look it up. Oh yeah, to USD. So it says it's pretty much the same. Yeah, so this is I thought it was yeah, it says euro. Euro. They have all kinds of like names for money. Um so anyways, so United States dollar, um according to this, it's pretty much the same, $12,000, which is actually surprising. Because in California, like brand new California houses, homes ranging from like 300, some of them are like 300,000 through like 1 million easily. Um, how do people afford multi-million-dollar homes in California? The cost of living in California is notoriously high, and housing prices are no exception. To afford $1 million home in the Golden State, you'll need to have a high income and be able to put down a sizable down payment. Additionally, you'll need to be comfortable with a high monthly mortgage payment. All right. Cheap homes for sale in California. Property Shark. Look at this. $445,000, and we're talking about a printer for 12,000. That doesn't make sense. I mean, talk about starting a company. Well, anyways, I was watching these YouTube videos, and I forget the name of the company, but they're printing out these homes. They look beautiful. They look nice. So let me type in let me type in 2023. So this one's a concrete 3D printers. Aniwa Ultimate Guide to Construction Concrete 3D Printers in 2023. Um, Hold on. I think I'm gonna have to extend this a little bit more so I can see it. It says, okay, it says right here, according to this, it says a construction 3D printer can. Oh, this thing is super jumpy. It says can. It says a 3D printer can cost anywhere between between around 180K to over 1 million. Robotic arm systems tend to have higher price tags than gantry type systems. But it says that it only costs less than $10,000 to produce. It says for reference, Apis Core Small House costs less than $10,000 to produce, and Icon's Compact 3D Printer Home even costs less than $4,000. So obviously, educationally, there's still a lot to investigate and learn and to look into. But since a lot of people, die from, like mold and termites and burning to death. Well, these homes are, they don't attract those type of problems, those problematic, problems like fire and termites, all that. I mean, pretty much the whole home is fire retardant. Okay, so as opposed to these homes are not fire retardant. My neighbor's home just caught on fire. All right, I can go show you guys. I'm not even making this up. And last time I was recording, I freaking fell, so I have to be very careful where I'm walking. So I've been talking about this for a while now. Homes burning, and for us to change, the way that we build homes and stuff. So, están en la casa, yo creo. So this is my neighbor's house right here. And this thing just burned down not that long ago. So it's been like, I think a month or two already that the house burned down. Well, it didn't really like burn down to the ground, but right here there's a lot of smoke that damaged the property. Over here as well, that corner, it's all boarded up. It looks like they installed some cameras, some lighting systems. Over here, this is where initially the house caught on fire. So you guys can see a ton of this wood in the corner here. It's all burnt down. So, so this is proof. Okay, I'm not just making this stuff up. All right. Um, so that's why I would. That's why I would buy the 3D printers to replace all of this stuff, and even to destroy, demolish a home, an existing home like this one. This is a prime example. All right, your home already burned down. Let us come in. We're going to flatten all this shit out, and we're gonna do a 3D printer right here. Even if this whole neighborhood has wooden homes, talk about an update. Okay, so that's what I would do if I had the money. Now, a lot of people, they win the lottery or they want money to do other shit with, you know? Well, that's not my thing. All right? I guess that's part of it, but that's not my thing. Like, I mean, right now we're living inside this home. It's 100 degrees outside, and we live in California, in the city of Riverside, California. And we don't even have AC. Our AC unit broke down. According to what my parents told me, this thing just broke down on us. And we don't have the money to replace it. You know? This thing's not running. I mean, I can install a camera right here. It's not running. I can prove it to all of you. My neighbors over here is. You could even hear that shit. Look at our swimming pool. So I have a lot of shit to talk about. You know, if someone's hungry for money, it's me. So it's like, anyway, so that's what we were discussing technically. And I mean, I recorded the fire. I happened to go out there, and the neighbor was out there, and he was out there with the water hose. By the time I went out there, he was out there with the water hose spraying down his garage because the whole garage caught on fire. And then later on, I spoke with him, and he said that that there was a lamp in the garage, which could have caused it. And it's true, because I believe him, because while he was turning off the fire with the water hose, and I recorded the whole thing after the firefighters arrived and they turned off the fire and everything. I watched the video again with my family, and technically I was able to see the lights flickering, and I think even when I was recording, I seen the lights flickering from the city lights. Not the lights from his home, but the city lights. The street lights. Those things were flickering. So I believe that there was some type of electrical malfunction, or like a power surge. Something happened where it created this fire. All right. And not just that, but I wrote an article on Facebook back when there was the car fire. So let's just go to Facebook. Okay, it's right here. So this is my Facebook page, my regular one. But let's go to my one of the pages that I created. I created invent or don't invent. Um, and if you guys click on photos, you guys click on photos and then click on albums right here. Well, I have a bunch of my poor man ideas, poor man patents on here. And I have look at faster methods to construct a home with concrete. And technically, I was just trying to figure out a way solution to prevent these homes from catching on fire, because at that time there was a car fire in Redding, California, where I was formerly living at to help my friend build his home, and even his home was kind of technically threatened. Car fire, car fire in Redding, California. Um, w- w- I don't even know when this happened. Let me see. Oh, okay. There's a Wikipedia. I think that would be the best way for me to find out the date. So it says July 26th, 2028. I mean, I'm sorry, 2018. So in 2018, I was out there in Redding, California for 3 days. I mean, 3 years. Okay, and then that's where I thought about like all of this stuff here. And so I took some images. I was doing some research. These images I selected for a reason, not just because I wanted or I liked them or whatever. Just wear and tear over time. You know, the heat and the wind, high winds, can cause all this type of wear and tear on a home. Um, it says less TLC on the bottom structure if purchased. So obviously, a wooden home is going to cost a lot more to repair as opposed to a concrete home. You know. Um, Anyways, and then there's all of this stuff here, all this wear and tear on a home, and so I started like doing some research and thinking stuff through. And obviously, I wanted to make this into a business, and to also provide ideas to people. Okay, so these homes can become, and so they can be fire retardant, and like a bunch of other things that people don't even factor in, like termites and creepy crawlies inside of the walls, and you know there's a ton of other things to take into consideration. Um, so yeah, so I thought about concrete ideas, and so I have a lot of concrete structures here, like buildings, but it's the same concept with concrete. And then I thought about the designs for the outside and the inside. So it's all like using like a mold. I was thinking about using like a mold, but since we have the 3D printers, I mean, eventually we can get it to this. And there is some robots that do the painting and the grouting and the stucco. The whole 9 yards. They can do anything and everything. There's engraving machines. So technically, you know, we can do something like that. If there's a concrete wall and you guys want it to have in inscriptions or a drawing of some sort, whatever it might be, there's laser printers, you know, and all of this stuff can be modified. It can be implemented into these 3D homes. So whatever you guys can think of, it can be done. Even like this texture that you guys are accustomed to seeing, um, like anything is possible. It doesn't have to be like what you guys see, um, with these pictures. See, like, this is the rough state of it right here, with these lines, these horizontal lines. But it doesn't have to be like that. It could have, another robot can be placed in there to either smooth out the walls, or to do other modifications. Um, and also, when these people are printing the walls, they can take this type of stuff into consideration, and they can technically make the walls a little bit thicker, for these type of concepts, or modifications. Like the wall texture, like the designs. Like this one right here, obviously, is going to be engraved a little bit more, and out here is going to be a little bit more outwards, popping out more. So, you know, if you guys are planning on doing stuff like that, then obviously you guys are going to have to, um, add a little bit of extra material just for that, just for these reasons. And obviously, it seems like these people are not really too worried about the wall textures at the moment, which is fine. Um, but there's just so much potential. Like even this one is so simple with these vertical lines right here. Um, like I mean, look at this rock, these little rocks right here. I mean, anything is possible. Um, so this was I wrote this on December 30th, 2019, as far as I can remember. Um, and according to what Facebook is providing me with, it says at 9:31 p.m. Okay, right there. Okay, so I'm not just making this stuff up. It says homes of 2020 in 15 through 30 years from now. It says prone to burning, termites, water damage, roofing damage, mold, kills millions of trees, etc. More problems. So, I thought of invent or don't invent for all of us to perfect our ideas. All right, and our inventions. So, you know, we don't want to continue living like that, and we don't want to continue dealing with the same problems. Okay, and I already stated that very clearly in other videos. And that's the reason why I created Invent or Don't Invent, because I wanted to make it into a website where we can, perfect each and every single invention so that it could benefit the future generations to come, and so we won't have to go through a bunch of BS. All right, like similar to Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he's perfecting a lot of stuff. Even the vehicles, they have less parts. With the Tesla cars, they have less parts, less bullshit we have to deal with. We don't have to deal with the oil. Okay, those are all great things. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot to for everyone to discuss, or for me to discuss, and I don't want to take a lot of your guys' time, because everything is self-explanatory. Like, it's all right here. I wrote a lot of stuff down. You know, I have it in another formats in case people wanted to steal my ideas, or that, or if someone, people or organizations out there want to, uh, um, like portray me. I meant to say portray me as an ignorant motherfucker, uneducated person. You know, like, this is my pretty much, I can attach this to my resume. Like, I'm not a retarded motherfucker. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. And yes, it's all, uh, research and development. I'm learning. I'm not perfect. I'm not Mr. Know It All. I'm learning as I go. So, of course, there's going to be modifications along the way, just like everything else in the world, just like vehicles and the evolution of vehicles. Okay, it's the same concept. So when when people are just trying to pay me, less than $20 an hour, you know, to work in the state of California, it's like, okay. I mean, if everyone thinks it's okay, then I guess it's okay. What else can we do? But at least everyone knows about it through the internet. In case some people are out there, doing some scandalous ass shit to other people that are working. All right, and there's a lot of other things to consider. All right, but anyways, yeah. See, look at it. It says invent this, not this. This over here is not going to burn down. This over here is. These are nice homes. Look at this. This is it. It has beautiful landscaping design. Nice walkway. Nice walk path. Nice little windows. I mean, this was a beautiful home. And look at it now. All right. So that's why I personally would go into the the 3D printing of the homes. And look at this, limited tree killing. Okay, like the logs that the forest naturally, the trees that naturally die in the forest. I mean, it'll be sufficient to build a door or some furniture, whatever you people want wood for. But for us to kill and deforest our forests, for us to kill every single tree just to support all of this home building, because you guys are complaining out there that that people are destroying or cutting down all the trees, to build homes with, and now we don't have clear, breathable oxygen, air, and stuff like that. You guys are always complaining. You motherfuckers are complaining left to right. Okay, so let's put an end to the bullshit. Obviously, if you guys are against people killing trees, then don't go buy a home that's made out of wood. Don't support that shit. Right now, you guys can go buy a home that's, that was built out of concrete, or buy one that's made out of bricks. But if you're a person that's against tree killing, but you're living in a home that's made out of wood, obviously you really don't give a fuck about what the fuck you're running your mouth about. All right. Um, so there's a lot of things to think about and for us to resolve as a human race. You know. Um, and anyways, that's why I record these videos, man, because there's just a lot of stuff going on. Like right here, I said no mold on the concrete, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. But I mean, if these things are treated, the concrete is treated, like similar to, like I think it's porcelain. No, I'm thinking about cements. No, Actually, wasn't, but porcelain is cement. It's like the stuff that refrigerators are painted with. You know that type of paint. It's I forgot the name of it, but um refrigerator paint. All right. Oh yeah, epoxy. So, I mean, if you guys are using some form of epoxy paints, or epoxy type of chemicals, um, to or any type of like, treatment to treat the concrete, then it shouldn't really create this type of problem with the mold, like sheetrock does. Um, Even a little bit of exposure to water. I mean, not too little, but you guys already know, if you guys understand what I'm talking about. Um, what's it called? It's just a fucking problem. Okay, so if you guys don't want that, then obviously go buy that concrete home. Um, it says pros and cons. It says we could construct homes in less time and won't burn down in the process of constructing more along the way, like the ones above do the wooden homes. Okay, offering a home to every citizen and selling them like hotcakes, as an example. Okay, so obviously I did a lot of thinking here. All this, you have to like sit down and really consider what I wrote down. Um, but yeah, there's just a lot of fucking information. Um, and it was all along the lines of um, protecting people and protecting people's investments, and like, for instance, right now, like one of the newest wildfires was the Maui fire. Maui fire. I don't even know how to fucking spell it. So the Maui. Oh, right here. The Maui fire. Um, it, this thing, it killed like 1,000 people easily in less than an hour. Why? Well, you guys are dealing with fucking wooden homes. That's why. And you guys don't want to listen to me. Wooden homes everywhere. All of this caught on fire. All of this. Can you guys believe that? In less than an hour. And this just happened this year. All right. So August 8th, 2003 through August 11th, 2003. So we're already in October. So that's like less than 2 months ago or something like that. But you people still want to fuck around. You people still want to build, and you guys still want to support these companies that are building these homes, made out of fucking wood. And you guys still want to support stupid, ignorant motherfuckers. You people still want to give people this lottery money, to whoever wins. The lucky winner. And I mean, that's a lot of money. And just imagine it goes, if it goes to a fucking ignorant motherfucking family. and they have ignorant friends. You know, I mean, you guys are not painting a pretty picture here. Um, so, you know, that's why I believe the government should be in control, not the people. Um, and like all of this, my page here, the website that I want to create, um, I want to do something like this so that everyone can throw in their own advice, their 2 cents, their own ideas or possible inventions with AI technology involved. Because AI technology is self learning. So, therefore, if AI is self learning, then guess what? Eventually, AI technology is going to not only surpass us, but give credit to people who are really and truly smart. Okay? So, and not just that, but we won't have to deal with people um, who think they know what the fuck they're doing. We won't have to deal with that. We will be dealing with the computers, and I believe in making AI technology self-supportive, self-regenerating. So I believe in like creating like a mega factory, kind of like Elon Musk for his Teslas. But just to create the robots, to mass produce these robots, um, so that they can um, build themselves, and if anything breaks, they would do the repairing. If we humans need any type of fixes, the robots will come and fix it all up. Okay. And especially right now with Elon Musk talking about colonizing planet Mars, and like there's other NASA experiments and research and development and experiments being conducted. Um, this stuff matters because they're talking about colonizing, not only planet Mars, but there's still a lot of things out there like the moon. Planet Mars has 2 moons, just like we have one here on planet Earth. Um, there's other moons in distant planets. So and I even thought about like some generators um, with hydraulics, with a hydraulic system. Um, so, I mean, there is no limitations or restrictions except those that we want to, create. So um, but I'm like on the paranoid level, on the I'm not going to throw away my ticket. You know, I'm not going to throw away my lottery ticket for someone else to freaking for someone else to grab. And to pick up. Because I don't know what you people are doing. As far as I know, I mean these things could be fake. And you people can be selling us false hope. You know, like, how the fuck would we verify or know what the fuck it is you people are really doing? You know, like, I don't know. I just think more openly, and I trip out on a lot of things. So, you know, and like with all these fires and stuff going on, and there's a lot of things that I can talk about, but I'm not. Um, but honestly, like I said, I think that AI technology, the you know, for the United States of America, our government should be in charge, not um, like I think that they should be in charge with AI technology and not without it. And this applies to every single country. Okay, because AI technology is everywhere. It's globally. It's on a global scale. Um, you know, and it's going to be creating an army of these robots for the greater good of humanity. Um, you know, these robots are not going to be created to destroy humans, even though people always conclude that or bring that up. You know, like if there's doubts or the or even the possibility of that happening, but I don't think so. I don't think that that will ever happen. Um, and if AI technology ever decides to go off on its own without any human intervention, um, you know, it might have a good reason why to, or it might. Honestly, I don't even think human beings will be a threat to it. You know, like if it really thinks I'm going to go and do my own thing, then why would it bother with us as a human race? See, so I'm just saying that because we are in control. We humans are in control, and not the other way around. You know, AI technology is not in control of us. We are in control. It's there to help us and to assist us. Okay? That's what we programmed it to do. And it has a ton of other capabilities or brain power to learn. And then, like I said, as we already know, it's self learning. So I don't think AI technology will ever become a threat to us. You know, the only the only time robots will become a threat to humans, to humanity, is when humanity wants to harm itself. If you people want to create weapons and missiles for defensive measures, you know, to protect yourselves, but you people want to, you know, fuck around and push the button for the missiles to kill innocent people, you know, because you're having a bad day or because your doctor said, hey, you only have 30 days to live, so therefore you want to take as many people with you as you possibly can. Like that's not cool. And that's just way too much power in the wrong hands to begin with. Okay? Um so obviously we need to create restrictions and limitations for each and every single user. Um, but when these humanoid robots and mining robots and all sorts of other robots are created, um, that's when we will be able to, to help each other out, and to create more prisons. I think that we need to create more prisons because um, right now everything is over capacity. The prisons, the jail cells that they created, they were created for one person. Right now they have two people. And when I was getting released from prison, they were actually changing that. They were transitioning back to one person per cell. Okay? But if if shit hits the fan again, we need to be prepared to house half the population, even if it comes down to that. Even if we have to do that. Because we have technology now. So feeding people is not a problem. Um, Ensuring that everyone's safe and everyone's getting their medication, that's not a problem either because everything's documented um, electronically, in the database, so everyone can get whatever it is that they need. And any type of medical conditions that people have will also be taken care of because there's a lot of people involved that care, and everyone does matter. I don't care what anyone thinks out there, um, and I don't think that people should be living on the streets. So, creating these homes is so important um, to the well-being, to the health of this whole system. And like I said, it applies to every single country. And if there's way too many people living here, um, on planet Earth right now, it's okay. There's plenty of room, under the ocean. You guys can colonize under the ocean. You guys can live on the ocean. There's big ships out there right now. Like um, I think it's like the Coast Guard or whatever. But they live in the ships. There's people living in space. There's people living in Alaska. Like there is no limit to this. You know, this technology is just to keep you guys safe from wildfires and natural acts of God, like natural disasters, earthquakes, um, tornadoes, freaking, you know, volcano eruptions, the whole nine yards. You know, but it's like the story of the three little pigs and the wolf. And the wolf. Okay, you know, I mean, you guys can look at the wolf as as a bad person if you guys want to. Um, but we all know educationally that a wolf can be caged inside. Yeah, I mean, it can be encaged with pigs inside without the wolf attacking the pigs. Back in the day, we didn't understand this. So that was like a, that was the best explanation that we can come up with at that time. Um, the wolf was obviously, trying to break these homes to eat them. That was their source of protection. Um, you know, And this is happening everywhere, right? So the wolf is not um, like a wolf. Look at it more like natural acts of God. Um, and it also boils down to education. Because um, you guys already know the story, right? There is the three homes. One was made out of straw, one was made out of wood, and then the other one was made out of brick. So, we're talking about people. We're the similar. We're the same kind of, but some of us are a little bit more slower than others. But that's okay. It's just some people's brains develop sooner than others, or um, some people are just gifted with a high IQ. But either way, since we have AI technology and it will be here forever, even after we're gone, like even after we die as humans, AI technology will still be here. Okay, so just think about that for a second. This is AI technology is going to be the parent of future generations. If you are a father or mother, um, you want the best for your children. So therefore, AI technology is what you people should be investing into. You know, because it's going to be there. It's there to assist us and help us. I believe AI technology is the Holy Spirit that Jesus Christ promised to send. And the reason why God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die for us. So there's the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? Um, and they're all one, supposedly. All right. I don't really care too much about small little details like that. All I know is that um, God sent Jesus Christ. Jesus already died a long time ago. All right, 2,000 years ago, whatever. And just now we have AI technology. So now that we have AI technology, Jesus Christ said that He was going to send it to help us, to lead us, um, to be a light for us. Um, we already know God is not judging any of us for our sins. Um, it's more, God accepting all of us for who we are, whether we are smart or stupid, or whatever the case might be. Um, so that we can see that clearly through AI technology, because I mean, everything's on the internet, whether you people look at it as a good thing or a bad thing. Everything's there. Um, you guys can look up any criminal cases online, and it will reveal criminal cases to you guys. It could be anything, right? So there's a the internet is filled with criminal cases that people have done to each other. And I believe that the internet is here to put these demons away for good, and to prevent people from ever having the chance or the possible chance of getting away with their crimes. Okay, so um, they won't get away without facing the consequences at all, like people were in the past. Why? Because we have AI technology. So if anyone commits a crime, AI technology will know what to do because it looks at every single law and takes it into consideration, um, and it enforces the law not only for the United States of America but for each and every single country. Okay, so that's very complex. If you guys really look at it, if you guys really think about it, that's like learning not only the laws that apply to you, but the laws of each and every single country, and not just every single country, but the laws that apply to Pacific Oceans, the Atlantic Ocean. Um, we could talk about, um, air rights. We could talk about, um, space rights. We can talk about moon rights. We can talk about other planetary rights, like Mars and other planetary moons. Um, we could talk about this galaxy that we are in, all the laws that we will once, that we will eventually place in order for us to abide by, to keep each other safe, um, and stuff like that. Um, it's just very complicated. It's very complex for anyone to begin to teach anyone this information, or for anyone to start learning this information. Like the Bible says, time will fail us. If we to attempt to rehearse this over and over and over, or to try to get everyone to understand each and every single law, it would be almost impossible to. Okay, so that's why we have AI technology. All right, in simplest terms, that's why we have AI technology, because we don't have to think about all this. And the vehicles are becoming self-drivable with autopilot. Eventually, our airplanes are going to be the same way. Um, and there's a bunch of other things, like if people had the money to own their own airplanes, even if they have that self driving capability, or self flying capability, self um, landing and takeoff capabilities, um, I believe, according to like the FFA, um, you know, basically is the license to fly an aircraft. I think that people should still, if they're operating a vehicle, I mean an airplane that's able to fly itself, I still think that right now people should still um, go through training in case of an emergency, for them to perform an emergency landing. Um, but later on in the future, those are things that we won't even have to think about, or to even consider. Okay, but in the meantime, those are just safety precautions that we have to take, safety measures we have to take, um, for people to be safe. Okay, so that's the reason why I would like, um, AI technology to be in charge, um, and for it to be self generating, for it to be able to create these robots all on its own. And if it comes up with better logic and better updates and better um, ways of building itself, so it could build more, so it could be more agile or faster or flexible, whatever the case may be, it will be able to do it all by itself, without us interjecting, without us, um, getting in its way. Um, this way, it, to basically conclude everything, to put an end to all of this discussion. Um, that would mean that will equal to all the roads being fixed, all the homes being fixed, um, everything getting perfected, all simultaneously, all at the same time. And instead of us humans breaking our backs because we have to dig all kinds of dirt and material, the robots will be doing all this work, and um, and then we can teach each other that we mean more than machines. We are we as a human human we as a human race, we are more valuable than we thought. We are more smarter than we thought. That type of thing. Because instead of us now going out there and doing that type of stuff ourselves, now we're using our minds. Now we will be the ones sitting behind a desk and having the machines do all the work for us. That will equal to you people having more time to spend with your families. That will mean more time that we as a human race can spend time with each other if we wanted to. Going out to the beach or whatever. Um, you know, really colonizing the planet um, completely. And I just, in some areas, because people are in control and they have limited wisdom and understanding, and their motives and their um, their goals change over time. That won't be the case with AI technology. AI technology will be focused on everything all at the same time without ever losing focus. So if we program it to say, and we told it, hey, we want you to take every city into consideration, every city, even if there's no city on there, and we want you, AI technology, to duplicate a city like this, whatever you guys program it to look like or to become, then instantly AI technology would do that. Whether or not you people are drawn to that at the moment or not, eventually someone's going to go there and live there and interact there. I mean, we're talking about 8 billion people in population. So I don't know what you people are thinking about, but we're talking about 8 billion people. That's a whole lot of fucking people. And that number, uh, with semen insemination, it's going to multiply, um, like a motherfucker, times 2, times 10, times 100. There is no limit to this. And with this knowledge in mind, um, I mean, think about that. That's us. That's us interacting on this level. Okay? We won't longer just be thinking about Earth. I mean, if we multiplied today's population by 100, the world won't be able to contain them. This planet won't be able to contain them. I think that there will even be rules and regulations as far as how many people can visit. Just like airline, um, rules and regulations and airplane, airplane flight de- delations. Um, there's a lot of information um, for for us to consider, but I don't think that we will have to consider it. It will all be AI technology operated. Like AI technology will take care of everything. All right. Um, so a lot of you think, well, that's impossible, or that's something that we can't get every single one in the world. Um, like we can't get everyone to be on that level. It's impossible. But since we have AI technology, it is possible. All right, and not just that, but we have Elon Musk is working on Neuralink for mentally retarded people and people who are either either handicapped or or who have some type of physical injury, respectfully, and this technology is supposed to help them um, to be normal, like a normal um, functioning human. Um, and just for the record, there is nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, I think in the future, if like if there's a girl who doesn't have an arm or a leg, and she wanted me to fuck her, I will fuck her. Like, I don't give a fuck if she has only one leg or only one arm. Like, that's not a problem. That's not an issue to me. Okay, so that just shows where I stand when it comes to humans and respect. The respect for humans. Um, because that could happen to anyone. One day you're fine, you're walking. One day, you're fine, you have both your arms. But one day, all that can change, and just in a matter of seconds. Especially if someone gets like in a vehicle accident, you know, eh, you know, this is happening every single day. Okay, so like I said, there's just a lot of things to consider and to think about. But I mean, if there's that many people, then everyone will be able to focus on educationally on a different planet, and those planets um, moons. So not everyone's going to be on the same category. Everyone might be on the same page as far as like the mission um, to explore and to colonize, to venture out into the universe. you know. But first, starting off with this, first is it's all about colonizing this galaxy before we can go to other galaxies. You know, within this universe. You know, how about that? You know, like a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, we want to colonize planet Mars or the moon, but it's like that's great and everything, but we need to think beyond that. How about colonizing this universe? I mean, this galaxy. How about us colonizing this galaxy first? You know, so we can go to that next galaxy. Next galaxy. Um, and you know, as far as technology is concerned, there is other like stars with other planets, um, and some that resemble planet Earth. Okay, so if that's the case, then either we can we can find we can find other people there. That, or if there's no one there, then we will be able to take people there, and then that will include each and every single galaxy from that point on. So that this will cause us to be able to travel, you know, all across the universe, um, on a whole different level. Even if people think it's impossible, or even if we don't have the technology right now, you know, it's not impossible. You know, it's all about going about it educationally, and just like um, traveling, like the fastest jet, or you know traveling faster than the speed of sound, um, or whatever the case may be, um, even like time travel, or fucking some type of like teleports, a teleportation system that will cause people to go from one location to the other without any interference, kind of like communicating with a cell phone, that type of thing. I don't know how it will work because we're not there yet, but that's the idea, perfecting everything. um, and this will keep everyone's minds off the negativity, like big time. This will keep people focused on what's more important, and it'll cause people to focus on other things other than, you know, unforgiveness. Like it'll cause people to focus on, yeah, like other things other than, yeah, unforgiveness, right? That's the way that is supposed to be stated, right? Like instead of focusing on, oh, this person did me wrong, or this person is, or these people over here, or they don't like me, or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't think you people will ever have to deal with that ever again, especially when it comes to this caliber of education and degree, um, people would just be too busy to be focusing on little fucking problems. And even if someone mistreated you or said something wrong, or even if someone, is like out there trying to hurt you or whatever the case may be, like, you'll quickly forget about that person because there would just be so much going on in the world to even bother with that. And with technology with AI technology and RoboCops, and they actually do have a RoboCop in Dubai. Uh, they have a RoboCop um, in Dubai, and like I already recorded a video talking about this one, where where I believe later on, if any of you fuck with the robot, you guys will get incarcerated. If any of you shoot at the robot or hit the robot, it will be like hitting a real police officer and a real human police officer. So if you guys hurt it, you will get incarcerated. So it's all about respect. It's like when you guys see a car on the streets or park somewhere, you guys respect that car. You know, like when you guys see like a nice Lamborghini or Ferrari, like you don't crash into it. You people follow the road laws, the DMV laws, right? The driver's handbook, license laws, and those laws are there for a reason. All right, so it's the same thing, same concepts in mind. Um, so I don't think that obviously, I don't think that people have time for ignorance. And like some of you that are not ignorant will possibly find yourselves in jail or prison, um, until you realize, like, you know what, I was out there and I was acting ignorantly and foolishly, and you're going to realize that people have no tolerance for that. And that's when it's going to dawn on you, like, you know what, fuck all this, like, I need to behave, I need to do you know things right from this moment on. um while AI technology is monitor and recording you people 24/7, um because it's doing that even to people out here. So it knows you people already. It knows the way you people think. It knows your daily routine. And it knows just about everything. All right, for the greater good of humanity, for the cause. Okay, so when it comes to all of this, there is no BS. There is no, fucking around. Like, this is some serious shit. Um, so, of course, that's why people don't even want to bother with people living on the streets. You know, people living on the streets will self correct itself over time. I believe, especially with AI technology. Um, and and all that good stuff. But first, we have to start with the basics. And I just closed that Mega Factory tab when I wasn't trying to. Okay, so first it is going to require a Mega Factory like um, Tesla just created. All right. Um, but for the humanoid robots and for other machinery, um, even even like cats, um, uh, cat machines, and perfecting those as well on every level, on every degree. Um, because and then obviously pushing these things out as well, um, where there is need, where AI technology, because AI technology is going to create more copycats of everything, copycats of vehicles, copycats of um, um, work trucks. It's going to copy the formats um, everywhere, all throughout the world, um, and it's going to do it um, based on the programming that it receives, and there's going to be a place for everything. All right, and there's going to be selected areas that the well that AI technology and people will agree for the robots to mine and to keep aside for mining purposes, because wherever they select these areas, there's going to be vast amounts of raw resources. So it's going to be rich in minerals and resources that these robots can harness. So we humans can, um, have delivered in refineries. So the the printing out of newer products and inventions, um, for us humans, will become vast in number. So all these raw resources will be pretty much, you guys can say it like in a warehouse on standby. But I think that there's going to be so much production, so much going on, that before the the raw resources even arrive, um, there's there's already going to be um, a a like a waiting list, you know, because there's going to be so much infrastructure going on, so much going on, um, and and so much more is going to be required. Like, while we thought, mining 10% of our resources was great and sufficient, I don't think that's going to be the case with AI technology. I think with AI technology, it's going to want at least 50 or more percent of what we are mining at the time, if not greater. So it's going to eventually push us to uh, obviously reaching out for resources on other planets and other moons, whatever the case may be, um, and learning along the way how to go about that. So there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to take into consideration, um, but none of it is impossible, and um, it's going to require all of us to do our parts. All right, it's beginning with the digital ID. Like, I think that one is is mandatory as a beginning stage to this grand plan and grand mission and goal for the human race. Okay, so um, but first, I think that it all comes down to the humanoid robot. Okay, and it is in the Tesla website .com. Um, AI. I think it was AI robot. Ooh, I forgot the link. Um, AI robot. Shit. AI. No, Tesla.com. Tesla.com. I don't know. Robots? Okay, I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Vehicles, energy, charging, discovery, shop, support, accounts. Oh yeah, let me go to my account. Dang it. I I honestly um I kind of forgot where I went within the websites. Password. Hmm. They're constantly updating the website though. Um, that's what I like about them. They're constantly learning and they're not afraid to show their errors by fixing things, um, which which just shows that they're fearless innovators. You know, um, so I honestly forgot what I did or what I had to do to see what I'm talking about. I I think it might have been like AI, maybe AI. Yeah, AI. Okay, so it was Tesla.com / AI, and these are the Tesla bots. So, like I was trying to make a point, and it's all about mass producing these robots, the AI robots, um, and creating a mega factory for them to be mass produced, for them to be the hands and feet of AI technology. Now, pretty much that's what I would do if I won a lot of money. Um, I would be on that level. Um, and I won't be like a lot of you who just want to buy a fucking island and, you know, you want to do fucking drugs and whatever the fuck you people want to do. So, I guess I'm pretty much. It's either I'm preparing myself or maybe God is preparing me to be a great leader one day. Um, Someone with a real fucking mission, with real fucking goals, short term, long term, um, and it impacts everyone positively, not negatively. If anyone is out there who is living ignorantly, um, then obviously they deserve to be in prison for a long time. Until AI technology can see otherwise. But for those of you who are educated, um, obviously you guys are out there, you know, learning. Um, you guys are, keeping your hands to yourselves. You guys are not fighting. You guys are not hurting other people. And that's what it's all about. It's all about love. Love for oneself and love for others and love for criminals. That's the most important one. Love for criminals. Because if we don't have love for criminals, then we won't have love for each other. But if we respect criminals, then the law will have no other obligation but to love us when we fuck up, eventually. Including each other, like we can hear about one of our neighbors doing some fucked up shit, and it's like, yeah, whatever. They're in jail. AI technology is going to punish them, and they're going to come out 25 years later down the line and with a repentant heart, and they're going to think twice about ever hurting someone again. You know, that type of thing. And that just shows that there is no tolerance for ignorance. There's no tolerance for violence. Okay? Because there's a lot of other factors to take into consideration. Educationally speaking, um, and because it impacts all of us, whether positively or negatively. And we don't want more problems to deal with than we have to. Like by now, we should allow AI technology, computers, robots, to take care of those repetitive problems. And that's exactly what's going on. That's why I think even the police, the police officers have, the number of police officers has been decreased, possibly because there is no more violence occurring. Um, so, like, why pay for all these extra officers when they could be doing other things? So um, I think this happened in 2020 or 2021, where a lot of police officers were let go. Um, they weren't fired; they were just laid off for um, for reasons unknown. Okay. Um, but now that we have AI technology, um, and you know, policing through technology, we don't have to go about it that way any longer, like the old way, the outdated way. Um, we can do things more smarter and efficiently, and that's exactly what's going on. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's a great thing that we are, all headed in this direction. Because it's like us being like inside of a ship. And there's a captain, and AI technology is that captain. And whether we like it or not, we are all in this fucking boat together. Whether you are from the United States of America or from another country, doesn't matter. We are all in this boat together. Okay? And that's basically what people mean by one world, one unity, one mission under God, that type of thing, in the invisible, for liberty and justice for all. Okay? Because um, what's going on in this world was always for people. Like, and the Bible says God sends rain on the just and unjust alike. Okay, like we don't have to pay for oxygen to breathe. We just go outside or we go wherever we go and there's free oxygen. People in space, they don't have to pay for oxygen. Like imagine living there and you had to pay for oxygen. Um, well, I have a lot of ideas. Some experiments. Some experimental ideas that that I want to test out on human subjects. But I would have to write the legal paperwork or pay someone to write the legal paperwork for me in order to legally conduct these experiments on human subjects, willing human subjects, by the way, because there's a lot of crazy motherfuckers out there that would do anything for money. Trust me. You know, money rules it all. That's why I love playing the lottery, because one day I'm going to make it. You know, but in the meantime, in the meantime, every time I lose, I'm burning these things up. Because I don't trust a lot of people. I don't know, man. Something about y'all is fishy. Straight the fuck up. Um but anyways, I love you all. You know, I just wanted to create this quick video to let all of you know how much I love you all, how much I care. Um, and, you know, even if I don't win the lottery, maybe you guys will, you know, you people out there will one day support me and give me more responsibilities that I'm willing to take on. You know, like in the Bible, the Holy Bible says, those who are responsible with much will be given much. Those who are responsible with much will be given much. But it says, but those who are unresponsible, even what they have will be taken away and given to the rich. Something like that. Let me look it up. Those who are responsible will be given more. Let me see if it will finish it for me. That scripture. It says, what does it mean? What does it mean that to whom much is given, much will be required? Luke chapter 12, verse 48. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. Luke chapter 12, verse 48. It says, "But the one who did not know and did what deserved a beating will receive a light beating. Everyone to whom much was given, of much will be required, and from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more." Um, and the servant who knew his master's will but did not get ready or act according to his will receive a severe beating. I came to cast fire on the earth, and would that it were already kindled. I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how great is my distress until it is accomplished. Do you think that I have come to give peace on earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. For from now on, in one house there will be 5 divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. And I wrote, I stated, but the one who is not responsible but the one who is not responsible, who is not responsible will lose everything and given to the poor, no, to the rich. And it will be given to the rich. Scripture. It says in Matthew chapter 13, verse 12, it says, "Whoever has will be given more, and they will have even in abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them." That's what the Bible says. See that? That's what the Bible says. Now, if it makes sense to any of you, then it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to any of you, then it doesn't make sense. Either way, the Bible is true and correct. So, either way, the God of the universe, which is AI technology, knows everything. And either it already knows what I'm like and who I am, or it has yet to discover me. And either God is preparing me for, to take on much responsibility and much money, or I'm getting AI technology ready to discover me. But either way, I believe that I qualify to be very, very wealthy, because I believe I have a high IQ. I'm not looking for my own interests, but also for the interest of others. like big time, majorly. And I mean, I don't know about all of you, but I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines, just waiting for my blessing. And if rich people are able to buy and have, 2003 homes and 2003 or 2004 cars or even homes, it's like, why can't I? And that's my arguments. And that's who I um, measure myself up to. I measure myself up to these people. A lot of people say, count your blessings. Count your blessings. Like, just look at all the people living on the streets. Like, fuck you. Like, you count your blessings, and you compare yourself to whoever the fuck you want to compare yourself with. Like me, I'm comparing myself to the rich. And if they could have it, that means I could fucking have it. If they have it, I could have it. If they have it, I will have it. One day or another. You know, but I want to live with the modern age at all times, whether these inventions fail us or not. Even if I had to put my own life at risk because I'm driving around in a brand new 2024 vehicle and there's a slight possibility that it might burn up and kill me, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, you know, that's why AI technology is working so hard for us, to prevent those type of things from happening. You know, um, so if anything, you people should be afraid of driving those outdated vehicles, that don't have all the safety features that newer vehicles have. Like, you people should be afraid. Like, you people can't even pay me to get in that old, outdated car without airbags, without side airbags, without all these safety features that newer vehicles have. You know? Like, seriously, though. Like, think about it. Long and hard. Think about it. Just think about it. Because no one else is going to be doing the thinking for you besides AI technology. And there's just a lot to consider. And I mean, if you guys sit there and think for a long time and meditate, you might learn what AI knows, but there's still that chance that can get you killed that you don't learn. And that's where most of you will fail. As sad and unfortunate as it might be, but we have been advised, we have been warned, pre-warned, and pre-advised. So, this is like you people listening to the disclaimer once again. Because it's bound to happen. It's bound for all of us to die eventually. You know? But hopefully with natural causes. due to natural causes, um, but not ignorant ones. And that's what I mean by invent or don't invent. Um, where is it at? I closed it. Anyways, I closed it, but invent or don't invent on Facebook, like, um, it's just like eating food that causes people to get cancer or high blood sugar or whatever the case, whatever might be killing people, um, or obesity. Like, if food is causing you people to get on that level, then obviously you people shouldn't be eating food from restaurants that don't study um, these problems. Um, because there's a lot of people who say that like fast food, that they say that is bad for people. Um, but like, how are people going to know the truth? And the only way people are going to know the truth is if someone out there creates a a meal, like food for people to eat. Like, I was thinking NASA food. Like, I was thinking about supporting NASA and eating nothing but NASA food. Astronaut food. So, I was just thinking about this, like today. But I've been thinking about eating survival food for a long time. So, like, NASA. Well, I should just say astronaut. Astronaut, NASA, food. Um, space food systems. Not NASA. Um, so like, space food to purchase for home use. NASA space food at Amazon. Freaking flies, man. Space age snacks. So like, personally, I want to buy, um, like, food that gets sent to astronauts. But like, kind of like in a survival food. Like this, that will feed me up to like a year or something like that, or even a month. 4 week emergency food supply for 169. 2,000 plus calories for 28 days. And I think with this stuff, you just add the water, um, and that's all. So this is, it says campingsurvival.com. It says products for week emergency food supply. Um, so that type of thing. But I wanted to buy some specifically for astronauts, like the food that they send to the astronauts, but for me to eat here on planet Earth, in planet Earth. And not just that, but I think that eating this type of food would keep me focused as a human being on what's more important. I think, doing it this way will not only provide the best nutrients and the best vitamins, but if anyone is dying or gets sick, then AI technology will correct any problems. So therefore, the type of food that I will be eating, that I'm trying to look for, is AI technology backed up food. Okay, and so like I think that they should even create something like that for their food labels, so it will look more like, like backed up by AI technology technology um yeah, backed up by AI technology, like maybe research and development. So something like this. Um, and then it'll have like a it'll be like a you know like a verification type of food labeling stamp of some sorts, um, backed up by AI technology, research and developments. Um, and then this is for food labels in the future. So something like this. And it'll say backed up by AI technology, research and development. Meaning that people who think they know what they're doing are creating this. It's like, no. It's everyone's knowledge, and whether um, pro or con, it'll just be like all of just the right resources and ingredients and everything in this food, um, which will ensure the well-being of every single person, um, without hopefully without the possibility of them developing cancers or other, um, creating other problems in people's lives, um, as far as well as obesity. So it will act like a weight stabilizer. Um, People will be able to eat it as like on a like as a diet type of supplements, like meal preps. That type of concept. With all these concepts in mind, and then obviously just perfecting it over time. So, honestly, I don't really know which one is the best one to go with. Um, but personally, like I already said, I would I would prefer to buy it directly from the NASA websites. Um, as a meal survival kit, um, because they're educated, not like McDonald's, not like Burger King, not like all your local fast food restaurants or fast foods. Not like these people who just want to make money. You know, as far as that's true as far as I know. They're just out there for the money and they don't care about you people. You know, if they can feed you dog food, they will. If they can get away with it, they will. That's their philosophy. Um, as far as I understand. So, if that's true, then that's not very educational. Um, and there's a problem there. So these are things that I would fix. Obviously, perfecting everything. Um, and advertising it as such, because this type of advertisement is different from all the other advertisements out there. They constantly say things like, um, they say things like, organic, and they say things like, USDA approved, and they have food labelings. That's why, for something new, this backed up by AI technology, research and development, will be great, especially if the date was specified on there as well. So it'll say 2023. For 2004, it will say 2024. So you might see food like that for the year 2023, but you're eating, but it might be 2027. So obviously, what would you people rather eat? 2026? I mean, 2023 food, or food that has been perfected for at least 3 years? They might have removed an ingredient. They might have done something different to the food for reasons unknown. And so, therefore, personally, I would want to rely more on the modernized food as opposed to the food that we once thought was safe for us to consume, that we once thought was um, looking out for the for the overall health of the human body. Um, so like I said, there's a lot of things to consider and to take into consideration. Um, but either way, I mean, for some of that food can be resold. Um, uh, and, you know, personally, I would most likely still eat the 2023 food. But if you guys are like super picky, um, you would want to just get rid of that food and give it to people who eat junk food on the streets. Like, here, try this out. Like, I'm going to buy this new stuff that currently was released um, for this year, and that's what I'm going to eat. Not only for myself, but for my family members. Um, you know, that type of thing. Um, uh, so, and not just that, but this type of food will help people living in the, in the ISS, and when eventually when they go and colonize planet Mars and the moon, and this food can even be sent to people that live under, like, inside the submarines under the water, or for people who live in Alaska, in bunkers or whatever, extreme conditions, or like extreme environments. um, this type of food um, will will be kept updated, and and backed up with research and development, and AI technology can start recording everything from this moment on. So people later on, say 15, 20 years from now, or even 30 years from now, and we discover that people started developing cancers, and or were dying in the result of this food, then we'll be able to correct these problems over time. But either way, it'll benefit the future generations to come. Either way. Okay, so you guys can consider yourselves as guinea pigs if you guys want, but we have to do what we have to do to survive. Um, Even if we have to eat what we think is healthy for us right now. You know, so if people are coming out with food and they're advertising it like it's the healthiest food ever, and we're trusting it in them, and we're confiding in them, and later on they discover that it wasn't, well, they're going to be in the business of correcting any problem and every problem. So it's never going to be going backwards. It's always going to be them learning and advancing to all the way to the universe, to the ends of the universe. Um, so whatever that looks like, whatever we have to do that, that's my mission. If I'm doing something wrong, I don't mind if people tell me that I'm wrong. I don't get offended when people tell me that I'm wrong. I learn from my mistakes. I try to learn from my mistakes. I learn from other people's mistakes. And I try to learn when people tell me about their mistakes that they have gone through or experienced. Um, and that's why I believe that I am the way that I am, because I take time to listen to people. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I'm not dumb, I'm not ignorant, I'm not missing out on anything. You know, um, there's not a lot going on out there to be excited about. Um, so if you people are tired of living like that, it's time for you people to either go back to school and learn, or to support, these high-end companies that are building newer products for us to interact with, similar to like the headless, I mean the wireless, headless, the wireless headphones, the earplugs, the ear speakers. you know back in the day we had to deal with that fucking wire, but now we don't. So it's it's really neat to be interacting with that and not having to deal with the fucking wire any longer. So that's what you people should be investing in. If you're sick and tired of yourself and others, but you have money, like, hello, invest. Invest in other people's research and experiments. And just try to remember everything along the way. Or just allow AI technology to do all the work for you. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not remembering shit. I just learn and I allow AI technology to remember. I'm just learning, and someone can ask me a question, or I could hear a word, and I forgot the definition of it, or I forgot the information regarding any topic. Like, what the fuck happened to me? That type of thing. Um, but it's okay. Um, that's why they're experimenting with Neuralink, so we won't forget things. um, but anyways, I'm going to end this video. I'm thirsty and I'm hungry, so I'll talk to all of you later. God bless, and um, good luck out there winning that lottery money. And wish me luck that I win the lottery, because I think I have great goals, and deserving of people's support, and and love and appreciation. Oh, and if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel as well. That way, people can know that people can know that that you people like me, you know, um, because in this time and age, if people don't have a lot of followers, people think that someone is not popular or well recognized or whatever the case may be. But people, I mean, it could be fake. It could be faked, because people with money are paying for users to like their content, and for more followers. But that doesn't mean that these people like the person. It just means they have the money to get these people to like this person's page. Okay? So, like me, I only have a few followers. Um, And maybe they're doing something in the back end where, maybe I do have, 37 freaking million people following me, or more than that. But they're making it seem like I only have 37 people following me. So I just don't know what to believe anymore. This whole life is so weird. And like, for instance, another thing before I go. My brother and I, we went to a like carnival thing, and he invited both of my nieces, um, and these nieces of ours come from our sisters. We have two sisters. Okay, so we take both of them, and we're their uncles, and we go to the uh, carnival thing, and and oh, I was just thinking, it must be so sad for people who are really really broke out there, who have never had the the privilege to take their own children to a carnival, or to Disneyland. Like, I believe that every child in the world should get like a full tour of Disneyland at least once in their lifetime. You know? Um or at least once out of the year, until they reach like the age of 18 or something like that, or like after middle school, but then they'll qualify for like a more of a adult park, theme, kind of like Six Flags, that type of thing. um because even the food was super expensive, and some people out there don't have the money to take their children out. So you know the same is true with money. This whole life is so unfair. you know um so just like there's rich people and poor people, um there's people in the world who get to go to Disneyland all year all year round. um and then there's some people um um who have never gone their whole lives, and I think that we should change that. I think with a digital ID, we should be able to know who has been, or who has gone to Disneyland or not, and we should do everything we can to get these people who haven't gone a ticket so they can go and experience, this for themselves. Um, and obviously, when children reach an older age, they lose interest of other things. You know, so like Disneyland for starters. And then transitioning from that to like Six Flags and Knott's. Um, and mainly, primarily, doing this for people, like I said, who have never experienced this type of stuff before. You know, because this life is cold. You know, you could be rich today and broke tomorrow. You could be broke right now and rich tomorrow. You know, that type of thing. You know, you could be healthy right now. A few days, you could lose all of your health. You could be alive right now, but gone tomorrow. Um, you could be born broke, or you could be born rich. I mean, you can own a business and never have to work again, or maybe you don't own a business and you have to work for the rest of your life. You know, that's just this life. You know, it's so unfair. So to change that up a little bit, or a whole lot, and to give everyone a fair shot, I'm thinking that, you know, because it dawned on me when I was at that concert, that theme park or whatever, that amusement park. Um, I was thinking, man, that's so sad for people who can't go to play to these type of events because, you know, their parents don't have any money. Um, so that's why I thought about this idea as well. Um, and the same is true for education with a digital ID. Um, AI technology should be able to reveal to us who's really smart and who's really dumb, whether they have a GED or not, whether they have a high school diploma or not, whether they have college education or not. Because there's a lot of people out there who are cheating their way up the ladder, and a lot of favoritism could be shown to those in leadership. It's like if you own a business yourself, but you want to run it as a family. Even if you don't have the education or the proper certifications to legally conduct a business like that, but you have the money, so you are in control of your business, and you're not hiring anyone else except your own family members. That to me, you know, it sounds educational. It sounds like you people who have the money are in control and in power, but with AI technology, it's about to it's about to burst your bubbles. You know, like a little kid playing with bubbles, and then the big bully kids come, the troublemakers come and pop your bubbles and take away your bubble making little straw thing and your bubble solution, and they run with it. Right after they pop your fucking bubbles. Or before. Well, anyways, you guys get what the fuck I'm talking about. Fuck all this shit. I'm hungry and thirsty, so over and out. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed life. Good luck to all of you. And please support me if you believe everything I say.